hello, and welcome, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your work, career, vocation read for April and May 2021. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Pisces Moon, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hello, my fishy family, my mer people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to be finishing up this series. It's been really, really good. I've been really, really enjoying it. And there's been a certain theme going through them all, so I want to see. Because as I said, I am a Pisces moon, so I have a nice break where I don't have any planets in anything for a bunch of readings. And then we end with the Pisces moon. So just when we thought our chance had passed, I go and save the best for last. Thank you, Vanessa Williams. Shall we? Let's get down to business, then we'll get down to business. Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. My book now on Kindle, ebook on Kindle. Very, very happy about it. It's doing well. It's helping people. Please go preview it. There's, of course, a link in the description box. $9.99 US dollars. Full of prayer, and it's in my voice, right? I wrote it during a dark night of the soul. The world's going through a dark night of the soul, so they just sent me and a whole bunch of people ahead a couple of years early so that we could report back, and there's a lot of that in that book, so you might want to go check it out. I had no idea at the time that's what it was when I was writing it, but you know, Pisces moon, what are you going to do? Also, doing some really cool stuff on Facebook. I am monetized now on my Drawing the Circle Productions Facebook page, so we've been doing tarot parties and lectures and workshops. I took a couple of weeks off because a lot of stuff coming up for Beltane May 1st, right? So just been really, really busy. But Mal Flanders with her dollhouse readings and all of that stuff, and scenes from the dollhouse here on the YouTube channel. She's going to be doing some mediumship stuff for pay, as well as I'm doing going to be doing a lot of free events as well on the Drawing the Circle Productions Facebook page. So go like and subscribe. Go check it out. There's a lot coming down the pike. And Nancy Antonucci just sent me a new video. I haven't even looked at it yet about the Fool. Her stuff, it's like tarot workshop stuff. Check it out. All right, now let's talk about us. I would say you, but us, because I am a Pisces moon. Let's have a look at our work, career, and vocation. Sometimes I'm in the reading, sometimes I'm not. Let's have a look-see-dooksy. We are doing what is actually called a 3 levels of power spread. 9 cards, 3 different decks to look at your work, career, your vocation, or if you like, your life purpose through the lenses of 3 levels of power. The literal level, the personal level, the symbolic level, the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus, heart, third eye, crown, and 8th chakra. So we're dealing with the 8th chakra system. Very Carolyn Myss. We are using her archetype deck to get us essentially the 8th chakra of your work, career, vocation. Then we'll use Daughters of the Moon to get you the heart, third eye, crown of your work, career, vocation. And then we'll use the Mythic Tarot to get the physical part of it, the root, sacrum, solar plexus aspect of it as well, so that maybe you can bring them into alignment. You'll see what I mean as we go along. Other than that, all I can ask, general YouTube reading rules apply. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign may look at or experience your work, career, vocation in 4 different ways, right? If you know your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Other than that, please, both feet on the floor if you can. It's okay if you can't. And focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to be here and now, right? To bring through the clarity, guidance, and grace that I get from my pantheons of the divine through me to you, because this is all about what we came to do in this lifetime in 3 levels. Let's go have a look-see-dooksy. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, so all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box. I say that every single reading. So let's do this. Here we go. Carolyn Myss, breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of life, purpose through work, career, and vocation, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. There we go. Please, I need 3 cards. What is the archetypal power, right? The soul power being alchemized from lead to gold in the Piscean work, career, vocation going on here. Sort of the 8th chakra, first of their work, what they do to survive in the physical world, maybe what pays their bills, maybe not, their survival intuition, right? All of that. Well, no, let's send that one around again. I don't take kickers for these. I've been doing these readings for decades, right? My company actually started, Drawing the Circle started 1998, May 1st, so we're coming up to an anniversary. You want something done, give it to somebody who's done it real well, and I think I have. What's going on in the Piscean Collective's career? This Piscean Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving their reading, heart, throat, third eye crown, creative intuition, what lights them up, their emotional thirst, their mental hunger, right? Their passion, their emotional willpower, mental power, spiritual power, that creativity that really, really brings them into union with their soul. Please, what's the dominant archetype there? And in their vocation, 8th chakra, their spiritual calling, their inspiration, their soul orders. That's a new way of saying that. I like that. Right? What they really came in to do. Where are they in their vocation? Right? The 8th chakra of the 8th chakra. All of this April and May 2021, because work, career, vocation stuff do take time. Let's see who we, well, I'm going to say who we, yeah, I have all three of these archetypes. Let's see who we have here. Now, archetypes, the way these cards are written, they are neutral, right? Light and shadow archetypes, lead and gold, toxic and healthy. So like I said when I was saying the prayer for the shuffle, it's like, what are the dominant soul powers being developed, or archetypes being alchemized from lead to gold? And I think you're going to love this. You've got the servant in your work, which is, you know, shadow and light like anything else. And we've got a Melchior on the chair here. Hey, buddy. Hey, my little Taurus kitty. My assistant that does not assist except in being cute. You got the Liberator in your career. That's awesome. And this is a big time about you being liberated as well. Heart, third, third eye crown, and the Alchemist in your 8th chakra. Kick ass. So just to say, the servant... The servant is the healing family of archetypes, the liberator, the action family of archetypes, and the alchemist actually does double duty in both the wisdom and the divine family archetypes. They're a couple that do that. The mystic as well can, I think, bounce back and forth between those two. So this is actually really quite in alignment already. Like, I already see the connective line of how to bring all 8 chakras into alignment here. They kind of sort of already are, depending on the alchemy. So I want you to think lead is an insulator, right? Energy can't pass through it. Superman can't even see through it. Aw, I love Kal-El. So hot, solar gods. But gold is a conductor. That's why so many of our devices are so expensive, because they're using usually 24 karat gold, or pretty high up there karat gold, because they make brilliant conductors of energy. So the shadow attribute in terms of your service, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. And that's not just in service to other people. That's even in service to yourself. Well, it's like, well, I don't have the money, so... Right? Like, and that becomes a default after a while. And after what we've been through this past year plus, yeah, I get it. Right? We're all going through that. So this might even well have to do with certain businesses, certain industries having to close. Now, if you have any planets in Virgo, like I do, and I do, 4 planets, Virgo sun sign here, it really is, like, if you take away some people's service, we don't know what to do, meaning that we're over-identified with it. So be careful with this, using lack of money as an excuse. And I think that's the word, like, when it's, because you're going to, we're all going to make excuses, and to just be aware of that, right? That I'm using money as an excuse to not move forward with my life, because even if you don't have any money to move forward in your life externally, doesn't mean you can't do service to yourself, to others, even in prayer, right? We're the mystics of the zodiac, the Piscean, the 12th house. Light attribute, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Now, look, I can really get how billions of people can be feeling this. In Pisces, really, the water signs, we're sort of the dominant, even the earth signs, we can be very dominantly empathic, right? So we can be feeling other people's stuff. I say this practically in every reading, because if any given moment, let's say in any 30-second period, you are feeling like, well, what the fuck, I can't move forward, I don't have the money, so fuck it, right? How many other people in that 30-second span on planet Earth are feeling that exact same way? What? There's like almost 8 billion people on planet Earth or something like that, so even 1%, it's a lot of people, like right in that minute. So give yourself some breathing room there. Serve yourself and say, yes, I do feel this way. Yes, I am making excuses. Because in your career, your heart, third eye crown, you got the Liberator. Now catch this, the shadow attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, or ignoring legitimate constraints. And I'm sorry, the best way for me to explain ignoring legitimate constraints, because I've seen it happen. Someone's in a recovery program, let's just say alcohol, right? Drugs, alcohol, but really whatever. And it's like a wedding or something. And somebody stumbles over to them and is like, oh, come on, have a drink. No, they're in recovery. That is a legitimate constraint. So even if that doesn't feel like that's your deal going on here, I think the light part of this is what's happening for the majority of us. The light attribute, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. So this is very, very element of air, very third eye stuff here. Releasing negative thought patterns that might be fueling some excuses. So it feels like, oddly enough, they've been telling me there's always one card in these three levels, once all of them are on the table, that really shows me where the leverage is. Like, where is the little place for you to find that gap, and you put a butter knife in and twist it and everything changes, right? Where's your leverage? This might be it, except with the Alchemist archetype. This is so high and so holy and so powerful when you begin to understand that the only reason there's lead at all is just so that it can be alchemized into gold, symbolically speaking. Fear to love, pain to peace, disease to healing, right? Or you could even say disease to ease, right? That alchemy. The shadow side of the Alchemist, though, in Pisces, particularly if you went through certain types of training like I did, misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. I've done black candles at midnight on a Saturday, moon in Capricorn with pins. A long time ago, but I have that. I know how to do that. Yeah. When I say professional witch, honey, I am 52 years old. I know I don't look it. Thank you. You don't know how I pull that off. I have so many jokes around that it'll make this video way too long. But honestly, the temptation of that, to actually use your spiritual power in a toxic, unhealthy way. Now, this is 8th chakra, really your mystical spiritual power. The light attribute, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, which means your inspiration that's coming in. Yes, there are base motives and goals. Here's a base motive and goal. I would pay my bills. Food, clothing, shelter, right? And then free myself so that my career, this inspiration, what I really came here to do, I can be free to do that. But there's some spiritual alchemy that needs to take place here. So really, one of these two are your leverage, maybe both. Let's keep going. That's the longest interpretation, those three. Everything else comes much quicker. Daughters of the Moon, roll up your sleeves. Please take a nice deep breath. My goddesses of water and the sign of Pisces, please. A lovely morning we spent together. Please, I need 3 cards in clarity for the Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading, perhaps myself included. What is it we need to be aware of? What's going on inside our own internal world? Heart, throat, third eye crown, the personal level of power in our work, career, vocation. So, please clarify the servant archetype in our work. All right, you want me to say our? I will say our. The Liberator in our career. Nope, that's 2, but I understand there will be a decision that has to be made. Probably more of a choice than a life-changing decision, but we'll see what's going on. Heart, third eye crown in the career. All right, so there's a lot of 2 fish. So you might be very much feeling yes and no at the same time. Dolphin and shark, right? Guppy and barracuda. Please clarify the Liberator archetype in the Piscean. See, keep getting 2 in the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Career, heart, third eye crown. Please, 1 card, my beloved goddesses. Just leave it in my hand. Thank you. Sometimes you just gotta ask nice. They're all prayers. And in our vocation with the Alchemist, I really feel like this is going to end up being our leverage. Let's see what's going on in our vocation, our career with that Alchemist archetype. Sorry, took a little bit longer than usual. Okay. Okay, all right. So in the Servant, you've got the Hermit on the inside. So I would really recommend playing your cards very close to your chest, getting up into the 8th chakra. where this alchemist is. The hermit is almost always, I'm not going to say always, but almost always depicted elevated in some way, right? Rider-Waite Tarot, eyes closed with a star and a lantern. Now, why would you climb up all that way? Just to close your eyes, right? That's totally about going, what, further in and higher up? Damn it, C.S. Lewis, the last book of the Chronicles of Narnia is where I learned that. I had to read it in high school, right? The Last Battle, maybe? I don't remember it. But this is definitely you introspecting, going within and serving yourself. So I'm going to tell you, even with the financial limitations you're going through, it's there to help you, forcing you to go within. We'll see what's going on the outside in the next 3 cards down, but this is really great too. Now, when you get a court card in the internal, heart, third eye crown, it's usually more about the sign and its house, how I read, right? So this is Pessoa, the buffalo woman. I mean, honestly, can we talk here? Buffalo woman, buffalo is such a totem of abundance and prosperity, and it is the Capricorn card in this deck, so this would be the King of Pentacles. So this might be your own ability to actually create and manifest cardinal earth, creative earth, in a way that really is very guided, but because there might very well be a lack of money, hence the excuse to not move forward with your life, 12th house is highest potential. Look, I think Carolyn Myss probably said it first, but I agree. It's like, if we all knew what was at the top of the mountain for us in any given journey, we'd run. Like, we don't want to know we really want to know what our highest potential is, but if we saw it, right? Like, if Gandhi had known he was going to be assassinated, wouldn't he have stayed in England, right? People forget that part, right? And I could go on. I mean, I could put us in very, very good company that way, but there's really a divine plan thing going on here, and it is about you liberating yourself, and maybe it is through a Capricornian step-by-step process. Slow and steady wins the race. But regardless, I think this is very much about your creative intuition so that you can ground your inspiration into physical form. Now, here's the thing. Got the Alchemist, right? We talked about huge. Abusing alchemy is like turning gold to lead. It's like it's almost like sabotorial behavior using spiritual energy. Really, that shadow. With the Two of Blades, analysis in this deck. So this is not the indecision. This is the gathering of information. You are learning things in the 8th chakra. You are learning alchemy. We all are. And really seeing things from both sides. Maybe from that 8th chakra perspective, seeing the validity of, let's just go with this servant archetype, of, you know, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. Well, that's valid. And yes, I am an empath. And there are like at least 15 people off the top of my head I can think of that are feeling that way right now, right? But then there's the collective and the global, and it's very, very 12th house stuff. Well, so what if I can look at this in a way, from a perspective, very simply, just a 2, right? Choices are involved in 2s, but decisions are life-changing. This is just kind of going back and forth. Well, what if I'm going through this to help heal the world, right? To liberate the world into its highest potential holographically within myself. Now, I know I just kind of went there, but there is this higher perspective that comes from being up in the 8th chakra. And I'm going to say that's what this feels like. That's how you serve yourself best now. And of course, with that alchemy affecting the liberator, it's all alchemy for you guys here, but it's spiritual. It's about really taking the guidance and grace and playing with it in your mind. And this feels lovely. I have to see, what does this look like on the outside? Because honestly, I can relate to this. There's so many changes happening so fast. It's like we have inflection points every half hour, and we used to have them like every 100 years. Breathe. Oh, this is going to be hopeful. My gods of water. And the sign of Pisces, please, 3 cards in clarity. Work, career, vocation for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I hear you watching this video, receiving this reading, that may not be feeling so very supported by the world and the universe right now, because it feels like they have been doing their work, they have been doing their spiritual stuff, they have been pulling back from the world, and not just because of current physical circumstances, they've sort of been driven inside, and the finances might have been like just enough to get by, skin of the teeth kind of stuff. So please clarify what's going on April, May for the Piscean collective here. The Servant with the Hermit on the inner, what's that look like from the outer, can also mean how you appear from the outside looking in. So this is like the root chakra of your work. What's going on in the root sacrum solar plexus in their career? The Liberator with the Buffalo Woman, which is just so powerful, such powerful Capricorn energy. Slow and steady wins the race, but incredibly powerful. What does that look like in the outside? And in there, I'll say it, our vocation, we've got the Alchemist with the Two of Blades, some situation that we may be puzzled with, but gathering information about, really looking for clarity here in terms of spirituality and how to alchemize this. There's definitely a choice to learn or not learn. What's that look like on the outside? Please, just one card, leave it in my hand. For the Piscean collective, April, May in their vocation. Boom. 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 Lovely. With the Servant and the Hermit in your work, you've got Temperance. Look, I'm just going to say awesome renovations, awesome restorations. It's a channel on YouTube, but there are 10 million of them, it seems like, where they temper metal, right? Sometimes, like the one I just watched last night, the guy had a revolver. He's definitely... I think he's Norse, he's gorge. Totally gorge. And he likes sandblast stuff, and when they temper metal, right, they like hook it up to electrodes and electrolysis it, and then they put it in like a furnace and they burn it until heat it until it's white hot, and then they like douse it in motor oil. I mean, they beat the crap out of the stuff, but it becomes stronger than it was before, and it do take time. So from the outside looking in, the patience card, well, telling you right now, the divine is at work here, and your ability to serve is being tempered. You're being refined, and it does take time. So this call inward on the from the outside looking in, or even in your work situations, just give this time. There is a plan in play, right? And the money stuff is being worked on. It is being worked on. It's just going to take a little bit longer, right? If you're using that as an excuse not to move forward in your life, well, it is saying that in your career you got the Four of Wands with this Liberator archetype and this highest potential Buffalo Woman Capricorn energy, saying that you've got the stability that you need right now. Your desires are in a good place physically, but get ready. The Four is that rest, that foundation, setting up camp before going after the Golden Fleece. Jason and the Argonauts, that's the myth they used for the element of fire, wands in this deck, Mythic Tarot. But then comes the Five, the actual battling of the dragon, if you want to go with the myth, to retrieve the Golden Fleece. But even then, just at a 6, you're not all the way back home, right? So there is a hero's journey element here, my darlings, about your passion, about the choices that you make, about being liberated, right? Liberating yourself, liberating others, or in ignoring legitimate constraints. And I really think a lot of this is belief-based. This feels very element of air, but you've also got a strong element of earth there with the Capricorn heart, third eye crown. Your creativity, what you want to bring through here, is solid, is stable, is worthy of manifesting. But if you can get the physically, really right now I'm in a good place, heart, third eye crown, if I really look at this and I have the opportunity to liberate myself through the alchemy of analysis, which is an interesting assonance, which is like alliteration, but with vowels, but with the Page of Cups. This is receiving from the divine, the 8th chakra. See, the crown chakra is the penthouse. The 8th chakra is the satellite. That's really where you get the GPS visionary intuition, the 8th chakra. Heart, third eye crown, creative intuition, like what do I want for dinner tonight? Well, I could do that. Ooh, I want that. And then it drops down into survival intuition, that what you have to do in the physical world to bring things into manifestation. Hence, 8th to root chakra alignment, right? This is our gig, the energy part of this. We can feel this stuff. And with the Page of Cups, yes, there might very well be an external message coming to you, but this feels like from the outside looking in that you're what? In the beginning stages of self-reflection again, right? Not like you've never self-reflected before. This is about looking at yourself from a higher perspective, an 8th chakra perspective. How does your higher self view you, right? How does your higher self see you? As, oh my God, what a magnificent role I get to play in this life, that every decision that you can make has already been made, past, present, and future, in the quantum, from your higher self's point of view, and make that higher self's plural, right? So that your soul was chosen to play this version of you, but you're not the only soul to play you. Yeah, I am the soul. At the core of me is the soul connected to the higher self that was chosen to play the role of Angelo, Lyons, Mel, for short, professional witch, blah, 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 blah. But there are other versions of me, some of which that are married with kids that cheat with men on the side. I'll take this one, thanks! Yeah. That kind of mystical self-reflection can be very revelatory and very alchemizing. Like, for instance, when you are shown, oh, that's why that had to happen that way. Oh, and here I thought, Liberator, and here I thought I was being punished or I did something wrong. No, you can't fuck up the divine plan. No one has that kind of power, because there are so many different quantum variations. And that's what being a reader for me as a YouTuber is like, is mining the quantum fields, connecting into the most dominant archetypal patterns, whether it's this reading or twin flame or soulmate for the zodiac, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Uranus, whatever. I really feel like there is something very, very powerful getting ready to come through us collectively. And that's why we have to do the alchemy. And can I tell you, with the when does temperance come, right? Usually after we've been fucking through it, right? Yeah, hang in there. Hang in there. Good things are coming from lead to gold. So if you feel like you've been dealing with a lot of limitation, a lot of lack limitation, and you cannot have a thought of fear without lack, and you cannot have a thought of lack without fear, thank you, A Course in Miracles. You might want to look into that too, because it is very liberating in understanding that a divine child cannot sin in a quantum hologram. Work. It's like a video game, dude. It's totally the Matrix. Keanu's still cute. That's not fair. It's totally fair. It is divine love. So let me put this together for you. Please take a nice deep breath. My beloved pantheons of the divine, may the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, and vocation, that they can really analyze and alchemize as they self-reflect, seeing that all the lead that has ever that they have ever experienced from that larger 8th chakra visionary creative calling vocation thing has totally been scripted and absolutely necessary. So there's no excuse or reason for them not to love and accept themselves exactly as they are, because love is the universal solvent in the whole alchemical equation, as is forgiveness, which is very liberating. True forgiveness, quantum forgiveness. I'm a soul, I didn't write this role, I'm just playing the role assigned to me, and I'm so good at it I forgot that I'm acting, so they can free themselves and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, so they can really connect with this Capricorn, King of Pentacles, Passoe, the buffalo woman, wealth and strength and creative earth inside of them, while on the outside they can really appreciate, yes, I am in a pause right now, so that I can rest, so that I can, what? Serve myself, with delight in serving others and myself with a free and loving heart. So I have to liberate my heart, right? And by doing that, by going deeper in and higher up, allowing the process of temperance, that they are being made stronger. That alchemy, just like tempering steel, is a process that takes time, that takes heat, and that takes pressure, turning even coal, C-O-A-L, over time into diamond, and certainly lead into gold. For the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, may we all be so blessed that we may heal, that we may grow, that we may fulfill our life purposes in our work, career, and vocation for our well-being, financially as well as creatively as well as spiritually, and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Yeah. There you go. Wow, that was a little bit of a tsunami wave there of power from the gods and the goddesses. So there you have it, my Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Oh, you come for the humor, you stay for the mysticism. Thank you so much. Look, if you liked it, like it. Want more, subscribe, comment, share, all the YouTube-y stuff. It has been a delight doing these work, career, vocation reads, and we'll see what the gods want me to do next. I still have those damn soulmate reads with the extendeds to do, but with all the change going on in my company right now, all for the better, it's okay that I pull back and go inside a little bit and just do what they told me to do. And that is the secret to my success, Pisces, and I highly recommend it. I got to where I got to by doing what the divine tells me to do, and that doesn't make me a slave because I do have choice. That makes me a servant. Thank you so much for watching. Go read my book, Words of Grace. That's in there too, particularly the 3rd chakra chapter. Hail. Farewell, my beloved Pisceans. I do this every time. Hail. Farewell, I'm nuts. And blessed, I'm tired, and blessed be.